figure out exactly where that ellipse is going to go, all right? And the way that we do that, and this actually leads us into the way that we draw anything with curvature in perspective, is with a circle, you draw a square that has the same dimensions and the same center as the circle that you want. So you draw the square first, and then you plot the relationship between the circle and the square. Okay? Because to do the circle is kind of an unknown entity just right off the bat in perspective. I mean, you can get good at sketching ellipses, and you can do that. You can kind of learn sort of how they work to sketch them, and that's fine. That's a skill that we definitely want to develop. But to plot them, to construct them accurately, we start with the square because that's a known quantity. We can do that. We can measure that very easily in perspective, especially after we've covered some of these things that we've covered in here. And then the relationship between the circle and the square that have the same center and the same dimensions is also a known quantity. So that's the way that we work through this. So what this packet is for you guys is a step-by-step instruction, step-by-step guide to plotting that relationship between a circle and a square. And I've done it graphically as opposed to in perspective so that you can see the circle being built up. Obviously, if you were going to do a circle graphically, you get out the compass and you just do it that way and be done with it. But doing this whole relationship plotting thing graphically will then help you to understand what it is that you need to do in perspective. Okay? So that's what this step-by-step guide is and how it is supposed to work. So all that being said, this is kind of what you need to be jotting down. I invite you to write this down in your own words, however it seems to make sense to you. You notice that I've given these, step 1, step 2, etc., but I've not written anything out in here. So I'm going to ramble on up here, and you are going to kind of process that and write it down in a way that makes sense to you. So what this does is it's going to free you up to take the notes you need. You don't have to worry about trying to construct it all. So step number 1 is you start with the square, like I said, that has the same dimension and the same center as the circle that you want to draw. Okay. Same center.
It's the same center.
Okay, so going hand in glove with that, you'll need to know where the center of the square is. So to find the center, connect opposite corners. So you might also want to label this at the top what the heck it is, plotting a circle, so, or something like that.
Connect what?
Opposite corners.
Connect opposite
Dang.
corners.
I was just like, I mean to go like,
You're like, opposite corners.
I was like thinking it like already.
Okay, so once you've got this, and you've got kind of the basic ingredients. The circles will touch
Wilt.
Will.
I know that. I wrote wilt.
will touch all four sides at their respective centers.
At their what? Respective?
Respective centers. So in other words, the circle is going to touch all four squares, and it's going to only touch it in one point, and that point is the midway point of each of the four sides. So you look at the side and you find the center of that side, and that's what the circle is going to touch. Okay. And we'll be finding that in the next step. But I want to kind of lay this out in terms of here's where we're going and why we're doing what we're doing. And the circle will also cross all four diagonals
At the same spot.
at a point between 2/3 and 3/4.
Across all four.
Yeah, I know, isn't that great? I do that somewhat regularly, I'm not sure why.
You just needed it defined in there.
Glitch.
All of
I
them.
guess.
No hesitation.
Probably means that an agent has entered the matrix and you see a duplicity.
Hmm.
Yeah.
It's a glitch in the
I'm so
program.
upset my girlfriend's never seen The Matrix.
You need to fix that.
Yeah, I was livid.
Okay. The circle will also cross all four diagonals at a point between 2/3 and 3/4. The distance from center to corner. Oh my God, that's a lot of words. What the hell is that? Here's what it means.
Corner?
In addition to the circle hitting the halfway point on all four sides, which is what we're looking for, you don't need to necessarily do this unless you would want to. We're gonna find those four sides because we know that we're gonna turn this whole draw a circle thing into another game of connect the dots.
Oh, yeah.
We're gonna make everything that we can connect the dots. Okay? Are you waiting for break time already? You didn't break time yet.
This class is going by so fast.
All of them do it
It makes
seems.
me
So
sad.
Time flies when you're having fun.
It makes me sad because I'm sad to leave this class.
Time flies.
Oh.
Me too. I'm
I
just not
can't
sad to
guarantee
live
I'll
the
help
work.
you
Oh, damn.
Keep trying though.
I don't like this class anymore.
Okay, not only are we going to find the midway point of all four sides, but we're going to find a point around here someplace on all four diagonals that is between, here's the center, and here's the corner. It's more than 2/3, but it's less than 3/4. Okay, so we're going to find 2/3 and we're going to find 3/4 and split the difference, and that's where the circle is going to cross.
1/3 of a quarter
Hey,
pit.
we're not that far yet.
We're not that far yet, but we'll get there. Okay, we got to
Let's
find.
draw center.
We gotta find that point on one diagonal, and then we can just transfer that to the other four diagonals like that. And then we'll have 8 points when we play connect the dots. Okay? So, moving on to step 3, now that you know what the heck we're doing, where we're going.
How come we're not making the letters no more?
We're
Because
coming
it
back
doesn't
to
want
that. I need
He
to show
wants
you
us-
this before we
We
can
have to learn how
finish.
to put
To understand
the
the
Oh.
oh,
The concept.
Oh,
of
the
making
old
it
thingy.
Third,
because
because
it's
no
elliptical,
has
so
an
you have to know
O.
how
Leave me
to.
alone.
A wizard is never early and he's never late. He always arrives precisely when he intends to.
Yeah.
I guess.
precisely when he.
Hey, doesn't that movie come out this month?
Whatever.
That way?
What?
December, they got
December.
pushed back.
Oh.
Huh?
It is 2 parts. It's An Unexpected Journey and then Next year it'll be
Shit
there
just
back
got
again.
real.
Did.
Huh?
Why did shit just get real?
Who asked
What
me
happened?
to go?
showed it.
Lord of the Rings.
I'm
Becky,
lost.
You asked me to go to that.
The Hobbit, yes
Yeah.
I did.
I'm
Yeah.
lost.
Oh,
My brother
okay.
loves that movie.
See, I'm even good at distracting myself.
I'm lost.
The next thing you need to do, and I've already done it for you, is you're going to draw lines through the center that are parallel to the edges. And that will give you the midway point of all four sides. So there's 4 of the 8 points. Okay. So that's what step 3 is. To find the midpoint of all 4 sides, draw lines parallel to the sides through the center. Got it? Good. Moving on. I'm talking now.
Okay.
Number 4, to locate this whole intersection point between 2/3 and 3/4, that's a little more difficult. It's going to take another couple of steps. So first thing we're going to do is find halfway the distance from the center to the corner. And we do that by connecting opposite corners of one quadrant. Okay? That's what step 4 is, and this arrow points out halfway.
Damn, shake the table now.
Sorry. Okay. That's number 4. Everybody got that?